My name is Sunil. I work as an investment analyst. I work for a firm called GW&K Investment Management. It's based out of Boston in the US. We used to live in Orlando, and I used to work for the team that was down in Orlando. But because of my mom's health, we decided to move back a little over a year ago.
I'm Padmini. I work for a small healthcare company back in the US. We kind of wanted to make a home from a place away from home, so to speak, and that's where we kind of reached out to PD Designs. The other thing was, having stayed in the US for so long, we kind of wanted to make sure we brought in some elements that we absolutely love from there and also have a blend with some of the Indian culture. And we wanted to make it a really cozy feeling for my mother-in-law. So the one thing that I can really think about was the simplicity in which we were basically told how our end product would look like, the renderings, right from renderings to design aspects, everything. It was given out to us step by step, and for us, the first-time home buyers, we didn't know what to expect. So I definitely have to say that it really made it easy for us to figure out what choices we were making and whether or not we were making the right choices. And PD Design was not shy about letting us know some elements worked and why some elements work perfectly with other things.
Yeah, and I think we had some ideas. Like, we always have some mental picture of what things should look like, but we weren't aware because we had just returned from the US. We weren't sure. I mean, at least I've not been in India for 20 plus years, so it was very hard to know what was available, what's not available, whether what we had in mind looking at things in the US was available here. So Priya was very aware of what people do in the US, what people do in the UK, and what she's been working with clients here in India on. So she had a very good knowledge of what's available, what would work well, based on our ideas. Sometimes she was willing to shoot down our ideas because she thought it would not work well. And we're glad she gave us her perfect opinion rather than just going with what we wanted, because it all came together very well in the end. Anyone who wants precision with kind of and quality, perfect quality for their end product would want to go with Priya.
And also the perfection. I mean, I cannot but deny that the amount of perfection she has for things is impeccable. So
care that Priya and her team took for every single detail within the project. Things that we missed out, even when we did the walkthrough in the apartment, they were able to go and look at all of those things and point out those snags, help us get them fixed. Many times we were like wondering, will this really go well at the very end? But Priya said, trust me, when it all comes together, when the curtains are there, when the interiors are all done, it will look good. And we actually trusted her, and it actually did work.
To me, the one thing is the fact that when we moved in, and it was right about a month and a half into, we remember having some electrical outage in the house, and what really benefited us was knowing Priya and her willingness to go the further mile to help us out to figure out and solve the problems. That was definitely one of the biggest benefits in kind of knowing her. A specific example that I can talk about is our kitchen. And I'm sure Priya can talk about it. I'm sure we went through probably 2-3 iterations of that. I'm quite not happy about where we were going. But in the end, I think when the final rendering came into design, and then what we looked at was the perfect vision of what we were thinking in our mind. And I have to say that although I feel really bad for having changed our mind so many times, I think she definitely did give us what we wanted, and she went that extra mile to make it happen for us. It's hard to pick one aspect. I have to say everything about PD Designs has been wonderful. I mean, I think, take it for example, curtains or selections of lighting, everything. Priya had the sense of what fit well in the house and the vision that we were looking for, and I think in the end we are very happy that it all turned out beautifully. So I can't say that I can pick one over the other, so I'm quite happy with everything that's come our way so far.
When we went to pick up, for example, the light fixtures, in our mind we thought it'd be a half-hour job, just go pick things up. But Priya was very particular that we need to look at everything, because we might find something that we like and then we go find something else that we like better. So she made us go through all of those, talked about the pros and cons of every single thing in the different areas, what would go well, what would not go well. And she would also explain why things would go well. When we wanted to choose something, she would walk us through why a certain fixture would not go well in a certain part of the house. And that's another example of the time that she took. She could have done it in let's say half an hour or an hour and be done with it, but we spent like 3 to 4 hours at the light fixture store just choosing all of the different pieces.
I would say go for it, most definitely, because I will recommend it to all my family and friends. Like I said before, the ease of working and then also having to see the rendering of the design, and also the knowledge that Priya brings on the table is really amazing. So I would definitely recommend 100% for anyone looking to get their interiors design to go with Priya.
I think what I would tell everyone, and I've told people, is that because Priya has lived in the US, she's lived in the UK, she knows a lot about what different people coming from different parts of the world, for example, would want, what they've been exposed to. She's been exposed to the best, both in the US, UK, and now in India. She's worked with a variety of clients, people who return from abroad, people who just want their house, even though they've never been abroad, they want their house to look, say, in the Mediterranean style or something different. And she showed us examples of things that she's worked on for many different clients. So I think that's the reason the awareness of a wide variety of different kinds of building is the reason I would suggest.
I mean, I have to say that simple things like picking a curtain, for instance, that Sunil mentioned before, what would have probably taken us like maybe 15-20 minutes or so, we thought in our heads, took us like more than half a day. So her attention to details, say be it a curtain or be it a light fixture or be it anything in the house, is something that she takes things quite personally. So I definitely have to say that that's something I would definitely talk about. She
visits the site on a regular basis, every single of her projects on a regular basis, to make sure things are going on schedule as she expected. So that's something that I think is something when we came into the project we didn't really expect. We thought it was designed and the contractor takes over and does whatever they are doing, and then at the end of it we get what we get. And we thought we would have to kind of manage the whole project and make sure that things are done correctly, but that was not the case.
But the other thing I also have to mention is that the communication aspect, the timely deliverance of letting us know where we were at every step of the project also helped us. So I have to definitely say that was really amazing and a really good touch, because we knew exactly what aspect of the house was being worked on, say for a particular week or next few weeks. So that was really awesome.
The other thing I think is setting our expectations in terms of what we should expect at certain times and how the project should proceed. Like sometimes we were in a hurry, obviously, because of mom's health, but there's also the practical consideration of the COVID crisis that we had to deal with, material supply being delayed because of COVID and things like that. So she was always on top of it, making sure that our expectations were set right in terms of when we should expect the final project, when we should see different stages of the project coming to completion.